Peace to the tribe, peace to the tribe, peace to the tribe, Ghetto here family, and with an amazing special guest. I'm so humbled, honored, and privileged to have my daughter pull up for my Bible study today. We was talking in the background, and it didn't make sense to continue to have the conversation in the background. It was a Bible study conversation, and I know I need to do Bible study with the team anyway today. So I was like, if my daughter felt comfortable and so inclined, I would love to bring her in and have the conversation she was having with me on film for everybody to enjoy and learn from and be edified. So first and foremost, peace to you and your family, and I'm always thankful to the Most High for all the blessings He brings to you and your family, and forever humbled, indebted, and in gratitude to the Most High for all the blessings He brings to my family and myself on a daily basis. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I cannot say enough about all the blessings the Most High continues to bestow upon me on a daily basis. So I'm very, very thankful. How you doing, sweetheart?
Good.
Amazing. You look good. You look beautiful, baby. So why don't you tell the people real quick about what we was just talking about?
We were talking about
Okay, well, essentially, she was asking. She was saying she wasn't sure if the Jeremiah in the Jeremiah story was the Tamar, that's in the story with Jeremiah is the same Tamar that is in earlier stories in the Bible. So we were just going through Jeremiah 32 real quick, just to kind of get our grips around that. But sweetheart, before we get into that, why don't you tell the people a little bit about what you already know about the story of Jeremiah, the stories of Tamar, and what is so special and significant about their story, and what they were dealing with, and where they may have ended up after they had to escape. Take your time, don't be shy. It's okay, don't be shy. Alright, so I'm gonna jump in for her real quick. So essentially, as we've been talking about in previous episodes, Jeremiah may be the legendary man which in the old European world is known as Olam Fadla, or Old Father, or the Old Father. And we gonna keep this real easy. Do you mind reading this excerpt real quick, sweetheart? Let's share it for our viewing audience to be able to see it as well. I'm gonna share my screen. Wow, cool. So why don't you, baby, let's do this. Why don't you read that for me real quick, pretty lady?
Olam Fadla, the scholar of Olam Fadla, a poetic term for Ireland, later spelled.
We doing this live, man. I'm trying to readjust our composition live while she reading. Forgive me, good.
Later spelled Olam Fadla, son of
Fiashu Fin Scottish.
Fiatru Fin Scottish was according
Scottish. No, I'm just saying it's Scottish, but don't you see Scottish in this word right here?
I do.
Right?
Scottish.
And we know who the Scots are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we know the Swarty Scots, right? Okay, keep going.
Was, according to medieval Irish legend and historical tradition, a high king of Ireland.
Teach.
His given name was
Eohead.
Eohead, and He took power after killing his
Yahud. Uh-oh. Yahudi. Hey, I'll be quiet.
He took power after killing his predecessor.
You gotta read into the microphone, pretty lady, so it's nice and strong.
He took power after killing his predecessor,
Feldergoit.
Feldergoit, whose father,
Unimon.
had killed his father.
So there's a lot of beef going on. Okay.
He ruled for 40 years and died a natural cause at Tara, succeeded by an unbroken sequence of 6 descendants, beginning with his son
Finacha.
followed by 2 more sons,
Slainold and Geed Old Gatach. I'll read this part. He is said to have instituted Feast Temerak. Or the Assembly of Torah. The Assembly of Torah. Keating describes the Feast Temerak as an assembly like a parliament, so like a government meeting. So this feast was a government meeting at which the nobles, scholars, and military commanders of Ireland gathered on Siming every 3 years to pass or renew laws and approve annals and records. Kind of sounds like they were having a powwow between the chiefs. The assembly was preceded and followed by 3 days of feasting. He also built a structure at Torah called Myrna Olam, or Scholars Rampart. In the 1870s, E.A. Conwell made the claim that Carnty, the log crew megalithic tomb complex, was the tomb of Olam Father. Interesting. Alright, so now, what is so interesting about that in the Hill of Torah is that from Olam Father and his union, we would say, with Tea Tephi. Who's Tea Tephi, sweetheart? You remember? Oh! Uh-oh. The Maid of Destiny. Origin of Nations.org. Tea Tephi or Scotia. I'm going to use UGC.ca. Let's see that one. Tomorrowsworld.org. The Hill of Torah. So pull that up as well. I like it. The Book of Tephi, Queen of... Okay, we'll pull that one up too. Let's have some fun. Roots Web. 18 crisp. Book of Tea Tephi. I like it. Alright, cool. MyHeritage.com. Tea Tephi. So, for those that try to pretend like these are not real people, let's stop. Okay, I'm being silly. Daddy's just being a little silly. Tea Tephi. Family trees. Married to Eramon. They had 1 son, Yerofade. Tia then married Haramon. Tia passed away. Tia Hai Uwa. Ebernia. Tia Hai Uwa Ebernia. Ebernia. Born Tephi. My goodness. Tea Tephi born Princess Uwa Ebernia Dawood. Oh man, this is myheritage.com, family. Thank goodness they didn't all quit at the same time like the 23andMe people. You know, we might have not had this information to look over. That would suck. Queen Tia of Ireland. My goodness, Tia Haramon, born Tephi. Tea Tephi, born 565, married unknown Iaha, one son Gabron Mekdarmangot. Very interesting, very interesting. Born Tephi, 4 sisters, 3 other siblings. Is that the other queens that ran with Jeremiah? Uh-oh. They had, now this says they had 6 sons. Now maybe that's a later Tea Tephi. But we'll match up the timelines. We will definitely match up the timelines. Thoughts before we move on. I'm about to actually pull up something else. Tell me what your thoughts are while I'm scrambling. Man. British Jewish leaders sought Ark of the Covenant at Tehran. What? That's an interesting article. Why would they be looking for the Ark of the Covenant at Tehran? Tea Tephi from genie.com, another genealogical website. Let's see what it says. Let's see that. Genealogy.com. Read that for me, pretty lady.
Tea Tephi, legendary.
She's legendary.
Also known as Tia
And Tay.
and Tay. Birth date estimated between 1155 BCE and 1155 BCE. Birthplace Europe. Death Ireland.
Sure, she was born in Europe, but go ahead.
Immediate family. Daughter of unknown father of Tea Tephi, and unknown mother of Tamar Tephi. Wife of
Siorna Sagolak. You don't have to worry about that. King of Ireland. Wife of the King of Ireland, right? We'll look at that later too. The wife of the King of Ireland. Sister of Tamar Tephi. Whoa. Now that's interesting. So they say Tamar Tephi is born in where?
Jerusalem, Israel.
So so maybe we weren't on the wrong with the right person. This might be the right genealogy right here. Let's dig. Great. I like that. Where did they say she was born?
Jerusalem, Israel.
Genealogy.com lists Tamar Tephi's birth as Jerusalem, Israel. What's that birth date? So this is similar to the birth dates we were seeing on the other genealogy website. Okay, so maybe we could line this up with around then and get to that. So negative 534. So that's BC time. So saying 534 years before BC, or so her death was roughly 610. Her death was roughly August 1st, 534 BC, and this place in Ireland. So this woman was from Jerusalem and passed away in Ireland, according to Genie.com. She's one of the legendary angels of the 4 masters. Oh yeah, this one makes more sense because it said, yes, Eohad Bunadag Duak, mother of you gain more Mac. You gain more Mac, more man, more Mac. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Sister of Tea Tephi, the other one, managed by Esther Rowe Irish. Now, I would wonder why these people would take the time to manage and put together the profiles of people who allegedly never existed and bring them into actual history. Why do you think they would do that if these people never existed? Oh, is that right? Oh no. Tamar Tephi, she is said to have been the daughter of who?
Zedekiah.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Ghetto, what's wrong with you, man? This is just make believe. You spend your life reading up on fairy tales, Ghetto. You spend too much time, Ghetto, talking about fairy tales and make believe. You want to read this for me, baby?
Sure. Tamar Tephi. She is said to have been the daughter of Zedekiah, king of Judah, but
she is fictitious, meaning they're trying to say she doesn't actually exist. So these people who put together this family tree all of a sudden now she's fictitious. Gotcha. All right. Her descent from the kings of Judah is a 19th century fraud. According to the colorful story, she and her sister Taya avoided the fate of their brothers who were killed by the king of Babylon at Riblah. The prophet Jeremiah spirited them off to Ireland via Egypt and Spain, along with the Stone of the Covenant, which became known as Leah Fe'el, or the Stone of Destiny. We are left wondering why Jeremiah was not equally helpful to the rest of the royal family. Are you serious? Come on, what type of... So your position is because he didn't help the rest of the royal family, so maybe they were fighting. I see you guys didn't quote any of the scriptures here, so I guess you don't know that they were fighting to try to protect the homeland. So Tamar Tephi's legendary timeline: 669, birth of Regain Mormat. Birth of Tamar Tephi, legendary annals, death of Tamar Tephi. So, christened, married king of Ireland. Burial of Tamar Tephi. You guys seem to have a lot of information here for her to be allegedly just fake, but let's listen. We'll keep digging. The hill of Terah. So, this hill of Terah, right, is a hill, an ancient ceremonial and burial site near Skirn in County Meath, Ireland. Tradition identifies the hill as the inauguration place and seat of the High Kings of Ireland. So this is where they would go to become knighted the king. It also appears in Irish mythology. So this is a real place that really exists and people really go, but it's in Irish mythology. Why do you think that is? Remember, speak right into the microphone, pretty lady. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate your time here today because, I know you could have been spending your Shabbat, doing a million other things. But you just chose to spend a moment of us with the beautiful people. So I thank you so much. Well, the question is, why do you think this physical, actual place, this location, also appears in the mythology of Ireland? So here's the two theories that I have, right? And you can tell me if I'm bugging. Sometimes in myths, they put real places in there to try to make them seem more plausible or true, even though they're a lie. And sometimes in myths, you find real places because those myths actually may have some true merit to them. And there's actually some real information in what they're hiding as a quote-unquote myth. So, again, sometimes they do that to make lies seem more true. And sometimes they put things that could be true just as myths to cover up actual history. In this case, in your young, very intelligent mind, which one do you think could this possibly be? I don't follow. Say that. Explain that to me. Oh, so you're saying that they tried to put this into their quote unquote mythos or mythology to try to come across like the history that surrounds this place isn't actually true.
Yes.
But in your small level of research that you've done with your brother and all the stuff you see me going over, and what do you think so far? Nothing has to be concrete. You're young, you still do more research, you could change your mind. But do you think there's any validity to this position that the hill of Terah and Tamar and Tephi and Jeremiah all went to Ireland?
Yes.
Okay, I like it. Let's keep going. What? Well, let me ask you before I keep going. What makes you think that? Real quick, you don't gotta be long.
Because everything that I've read has shown that Tamar and Tephi with Jeremiah would go to Ireland.
Okay. Very nice. Any one thing in particular you'd like to mention before I keep going that you've learned that makes you say that? No? Okay. Are you familiar with the Stone of Destiny?
Yes.
What is that? This thing right here that they're calling the Stone of Destiny.
It's the stone that Jesus was going to his house.
Oh. And what did he do with this stone pillar?
He poured olive oil on it. In the place that the stone was, where the stone was, he killed the place back.
What was so special about this stone that he ended up pouring oil and anointing? Why? What happened?
Because he had a dream on the stone.
Do you remember what the dream was about or not really?
Yes.
Oh, please enlighten the people. They might not know.
He dreamed that there is a staircase going all the way to heaven, and
The stairway to heaven. We go step by step, but doom boom, step by step, doom doom. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and angels were ascending and descending the staircase, and
The staircase to heaven.
the staircase to heaven.
The staircase to heaven. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And on the top of the staircase was the Most High, and he said, "I will always be with you."
Oh wow! So he went step by step up to the top of the staircase and spoke to the Most High.
Yes.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! My. Okay, so and then what happened? So then he anointed the stone, and then what happened to that stone? Do you know anything about what happened to that?
Jeremiah, Tamar, and Tephi took the stone on their way.
Wow! Why did they do that? What else did they? Is it alleged that they took?
The Ark of
Whoa!
the Covenant.
And I think that's a beautiful transition to 9. British leaders search for the Ark of the Covenant where?
At Tara.
irishcentral.com. Where? And Tara is the place that they're saying Olam Father had created and anointed as a holy place to do the tri-annual meeting of the chiefs.
Yes.
So this is a holy mount. Wow. And they said, what? These British Jewish leaders search for what there?
The Ark of the Covenant.
What is going on in the world? What is going on in the world? Did you know this? I didn't know this.
No.
This is craziness. Right? Your cat ad. I get it. You need to buy cat electronics. I get it. I really get it. You know what I'm doing? This is how I get around this. Let's see. Wow. 1 second, then we're going to print out this article because they So please continue while I pull this up, pretty lady. I thank you so very much for being you all so good at this. You really. I very much look forward to your own show because I think it's going to be amazing because you're very good. Cool. So now what? Now what? Stop me now. Stop. Can't stop me. Cool. What's that say? Read that for me, pretty please.
Irish Central. British Jewish leaders searched for the Ark of the Covenant at Tara. The British Israelite excavations between 1899 and 1902 in their quest to recover the Ark of the Covenant.
So this is not even something that just started. They've been looking in Ireland for the Ark of the Covenant. How is this possible? Tell me. I'm very confused because the way they paint the Bible, it's like everything happened in Africa. In Ireland is not. Baby, is Ireland in Africa? Last time I checked, I don't know. No, where is it? Ireland's closer to like Europe, right?
Yes.
Oh, what in the world is happening here? Okay, so Dr. Mairead Carew at Irish Central. Before we even read the article, because we be like, oh, this is nonsense. Who's this doctor? Let's look her up. Dr. Mairead Carew. Because I like stuff like this. I like to really dive deep. Before we read Carew, not going to say we didn't do research. Madusira A. Carew. Dr. Mairead Carew, University College at Dublin. Ooh, they took that off the internet fast, boy. Sheesh. So you used to work at the University College at Dublin, Revolutional Cultural Ideologue. My goodness. University, let me see if I put that. College. Look how they scraped that off the internet. I said that. Dublin. They don't like the truth, man. Anal community, promotion of Celtic studies in America. I like it. Let's go. So, Marie Carew, I'm an archaeologist, historian, and writer. My books include Tara and the Ark of the Covenant, Royal Irish Academy 2003, Tara the Guidebook, and The Quest for the Irish Celt, the Harvard Archaeological Mission to Ireland, 1932 to 1936. I was an IRCSS Government of Ireland Scholar in the School of History. You know what, let me put this up on the screen because you ain't going to say Ghetto making this up. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's see. Yeah, that's the stage. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. University College of Dublin. So if anybody would be very well versed in the history of Dublin, it would be a professor that teaches at the University of Dublin. You would hope, at least, no?
Yes.
Okay, especially if she's a history teacher in Dublin, Ireland. Man. Tara and the Ark of the Covenant, Tara and the Guidebook, and the Quest for the Irish Celt. Harvard Archaeological Mission. So Harvard University did a mission to Ireland. My goodness. I designed and coordinated the module Culture in the 1930s Ireland for evening bachelor's of Arts students, and lectured in modern history on the Access program and the Irish Studies Level 2 module People, Place, Identity in the School of English, Drama, and Film. I coordinated the Irish Studies Level 3 module, Ireland Uncovered, for the College of Arts and Celtic Studies. So this woman dives deep. So she's able to teach from level 1 classes all the way to level 3 classes. This woman is not playing games with her research. My research interests include cultural history, archaeology, history of ideas, diaspora studies, and the 1930s. I served in the academic advisory committee for proclaiming a republic, the 1960 Rising, a new exhibit to mark the century of 1960 Rising at the National Museum of Ireland. So I'd argue that this woman might know what she's talking about. Yes?
Yes.
All right, cool. Because, who's this person that wrote this article? Ghetto. All right, cool. So we good now, right?
Yes.
Not you. I'm sure you would have just read the article, but I think it's good to know for the people out there in TV land. I see you people in TV land. I hear you talking. Alright, cool. So let's read. One of the stories contained in Tara the Guidebook, a new richly illustrated publication by the Discovery Program, is that a British Israelite excavation between the year 1899 and 1902 as part of the quest to recover the what? I can't read sometimes. My eyes be messing with me. What did I say?
Ark of the Covenant.
The Ark of the Covenant. I gotta breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This is hurting my chest. Those who carried out the excavations believed that Tara was a royal site in the British Empire and the resuscitated Jerusalem in New Israel. So this is New Israel, the resuscitated Jerusalem brought back to life. They developed their theories from the study of ancient texts, the Bible, early Irish mythology and literature, including that the Ark was buried at Tara in the grave of who?
Tea Tephi.
I can't read the rest of that. Can you help me? My eyes is a little watery.
The Ark of the Covenant, concluding that the Ark was buried at Tara.
Concluding
That the Ark was buried at Tara in the grave of Tea Tephi, an Egyptian princess.
Now, I'm confused because is Egypt in Ireland? Baby?
No.
Oh, so I'm a little slow, so you gotta bear with me. You know what I'm saying? I went to college, but I don't know if I can't remember if I graduated. I can't remember if I graduated or not. I know most people like to say I didn't graduate when I went to college. I failed out my first year. I failed out as a freshman. I didn't graduate. I didn't go on to get a master's degree. None of that is true. I kind of just went for lunch. You know what I'm saying? They had good French fries. I couldn't get those French fries nowhere else but on college campus. I swear to you, it was good. They had like that seasoned salt. You ever had that seasoned salt with your French fries?
No.
Man, and they had like the mayonnaise and ketchup. So I would put the seasoned salt with the mayonnaise and ketchup and just shake it around and just like, man, you don't know nothing about that. So yeah. And the only reason they let me in college is because I was kind of tall. They thought I was going to be good for the basketball team, but I wasn't. I wasn't good at all. According to the legend, she was the daughter of a pharaoh and came to Ireland in the 6th century BC and married Ahriman, a king of Tara. Anyway, British Israelites wanted to present the Ark to Queen Victoria, and they believed that Tea Tephi was the ancestor of the English kings and queens. Victoria was interested in Tara herself and had in her possession 2 replica Tara brooches from her wardrobe. She wasn't to know that the original brooch wasn't found at Tara. Cultural nationalists, including the Nobel Prize-winning poet W.B. Yeats, Irish scholar, and later President of Ireland Douglas Hyde, the founder of Sinn Féin, authored Arthur Griffith and the novelist George Moore protested the British Israelite excavations because Tara was the capital of ancient Ireland and the seat of the High Kings. Oh, so they didn't want them to dig it up because they were like, no, y'all messing with the land. This land is sacred land. But the reason the land is sacred is because of the history there. So how else can we learn more about the history of the land if unfortunately we don't take the time to gingerly, as safely as possible, excavate? Sometimes when these people tell you, no, don't dig it up, don't dig it up, don't dig it up, it's because they don't want the truth to be told. Baby, read right there for me, please. Yeats, Hyde, and Moore wrote a letter.
Yeats, Hyde, and Moore wrote a letter to the Times of London dated June 27, 1902, starting their objections and describing Tara as the most
consecrated spot in Ireland, meaning it was very, very holy. But again, if it's just this holy place, let us learn about it. And we can't learn about it if we don't take the time to safely, carefully excavate. We gotta dig it up. Maud Gonne, the flamboyant Irish nationalist and used to W.B. Yeats, organized a protest on Tara with hundreds of children. On July 13, 1902, W.B. Yeats was among those who wrote a letter to the Times of London stating their objection to the landlord, Gustavus Villiers Briscoe, who had given permission for the British Israelites to dig at Tara, had prepared a bonfire to celebrate the coronation of Victoria's son, Edward VII. Maud Gonne lit the fire and sang a rebel song of the nation, a nation once again in honor of an independent Ireland. Tara is one of the great prehistoric royal sites of Ireland. Tara is one of the great prehistoric royal sites in Ireland. That means it goes back before the official history of Ireland. That's because, just those who aren't sure, it is debated by archaeologists whether the ascription royal is applied retrospectively because of its association with the king of kings with Tara in the medieval period. Mythical and historical kings and queens feature in the book, including the historical 9th century Queen Law, who buried 3 husbands, all kings, and had a very interesting and complicated family life. Nelil of the 9 hostages, Cormac, Eart, and Khan of the 100 battles also make appearances. The Boy King, the diversity of monument types of Tara reflect the multi-period nature of the site and its importance in the landscape over millennia. The Tara complex was used mainly for ritual and religious purposes as a cemetery, but there is also evidence for settlement. The earliest monument on the hill is the Mound of Hostages, a passage grave dating from approximately 3500 BC. The tomb was reused in early Bronze Age and contained many burial urns and cremated remains. One burial was of a young boy, aged 14 to 15, whose skeleton was unburned. He was buried with grave goods, including a composite necklace consisting of bronze, amber, and jet beads. When he was discovered during excavations in 1950, the excavator wondered if he had just discovered the tomb of a boy king of Tara. My goodness. Boy king sound like almost the story of Tutankhamun. And there were many boy kings in the Bible too that nobody liked to talk about. Everybody wasn't an adult when they got the kingdom, especially with all the wars and conflicts going on. However, unlike the Mound of Hostages, most of the monuments on the Hill of Tara retain their mysteries and have yet to be excavated. The study of Tara began in the medieval period, with some scholars sometimes imagining very flamboyant uses for the monuments. The banqueting hall, for example, was believed to have been a very ornate building used by kings to hold their sumptuous feast. They like to eat. They like to get their eat on. I like to get my eat on too. Evidence. I like to get my eat on. You know what I'm saying? Certainly, Tara was importantly political to the institution of kingship in the medieval period. Who the kings governed and how those people lived and the artifacts they left behind are discussed in the book. Medieval accounts influenced 19th century antiquarians who studied Tara. George Petrie, known as the father of Irish archaeology, published the first interdisciplinary study of Tara in 1839. While the first scientific excavations didn't happen until the 1950s. My word. The tradition of interdisciplinary research is continued to this day by the Discovery Program. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. It was this 100 years after the British Israelite controversy. British Israelite controversy. My goodness. Seamus Heaney, like Yeats, a Nobel Prize-winning poet, was involved in a protest over the construction of the M3 motorway, which ran through a wider Tara landscape. Heaney wrote that the road literally desecrates an area. The word means to the word or the world, maybe that was supposed to be desacralized, and for centuries the Tara landscape and Torah sites have been regarded as part of sacred ground. It was this idea about Tara which prompted Patrick Pearse to express the wish that proclamation of the Irish Republic would be read on the Hill in 1916. So this is a very important place. That didn't happen because of the issuing of the countermanding order by John McNeill, but the reading of the proclamation eventually took place on the 28th of March 2016 during the centenary commemorations of the Easter Rising. Very nice. This is all from the book Tara, the guidebook. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Okay, so that was definitely a nice clean Tara and Gibraltar. How could you falter when you the rock of Gibraltar? Let me stop. Man, how could you falter when you the rock of Gibraltar? The rock. Why did Jay-Z put that in a song? How can you falter when you the rock of Gibraltar? We'll play like we don't know what Jay-Z was talking about. That is fine with me. How can you falter when you the rock of Gibraltar? My God. Let's get back into this Bible real quick. So we had Jeremiah 32, right? And I know that was a lot, but I wanted to make sure we brought all that in. Oh, we didn't even talk about the stone and how where is the stone at today, baby? Do you know? Since the stone was so important, has anything happened to the stone, or is it still around today? Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, history.com, the Stone of Scone. What is the Stone of Scone? Although it may sound like a stale tea time pastry, the Stone of Scone is an ancient symbol of Scottish sovereignty. This is history.com, y'all. History.com. People can also run the History channel. So again, let's do this. According to legend, the sandstone slab, was used by the biblical figure who?
Jacob.
What? As a what?
As a pillow.
Oh no. So this is Jacob's pillow?
Yes.
So the Stone of Scone is Jacob's pillow?
Yes.
But I thought Jacob wasn't a real individual.
He wasn't really.
Whoa, stop it. You sound crazy. When he dreamed of a ladder reaching to heaven and then brought to Scotland by way of Egypt, Spain, and Ireland. The rock, also known as the Stone of Destiny, was used for centuries in the coronation ceremonies of Scottish monarchs. So this was a real stone that was used to coronate the monarchs?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy. Following his victory at the Battle of Dunbar in 1296, England's King Edward I seized the stone from Scotland's Stone Abbey and had it fitted to the base of a specially crafted wooden coronation chair on which English and later British monarchs have been crowned inside London's Westminster Abbey ever since. You mean this is the chair that King Charles was sitting in when they just made him king not too long ago?
Yes.
What? Are you serious? No way. No way. No way. Yo, Ghetto, you just be making stuff. Whoa! No! What is going on? Is that the old wooden chair right there? Oh, no. Don't say that. What in the world is happening here? What's here? I want this. Whoa, so that's that. Oh, I said, come on, don't say that. Don't say such things.
It has the same shape.
That can't be the chair. What? I refuse to believe it does rather resemble. You know my eyes don't work too good. So this is the stone, right?
Yes.
And it's under the chair. She laughing at me, but I'm trying to take this all in and process this information. It's crazy. Oh my goodness, this is. But wow, okay. So that's a real stone sitting in a real chair that they use to coronate real kings.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. We've come somewhere. Coronation chair with the what?
The Stone of Scone.
I'm not seeing this. Like in Westminster Abbey, London. So this stone got from Jerusalem to London
Yes.
by way of Tea Tephi
Yes.
and Jeremiah.
Yes.
Y'all just making this up, man. Come on, stop. The Stone of Scone was secretly buried underneath the historic abbey for safekeeping during World War II, and a plan for locating it was sent to the Canadian Prime Minister. German bombs never damaged the stone, but 4 University of Glasgow students who broke into Westminster Abbey on Christmas Eve in 1950 did. The nearly 400-pound Stone of Scone split in two, as Scottish nationalists dislodged it from the coronation chair and brought it back to Scotland in the trunk of a... Yo, y'all look crazy. Months after its disappearance, the repaired stone was discovered draped in a Scottish national flag on a high altar of the ruined Arbroath Abbey. No charges were ever brought against the students, and the stone was returned to the Westminster Abbey. That was probably those students' initiation into some type of secret society. Because a lot of those secret societies, a lot of those old societies, they be like, go get that back for us. That used to belong to us. Go get it back. If you want to be in this group, go do this, go do that. Why would they never charge people for doing something so egregious? Because they knew they were just getting initiated. Allegedly, 700 years after King Edward I removed the Stone of Scone from Scottish soil, British Prime Minister John Major unexpectedly announced his return, which occurred on November 15, 1966. It now resides in Edinburgh Castle, but will be made available for future coronation ceremonies at Westminster Abbey. Jesus. And you're saying that that's this stone that he's sitting on as he's being made the king?
Yes.
No way. It's... Oh, I can't. She does seem credible. She does work. She seems like she does work. This is a heavy weight and heavy on the chest. I feel like I'm getting some type of You've been amazing today so far. Let me just say thank you for that. You've been absolutely amazing. Oh, let's jump back in here to Jeremiah, shall we? So Jeremiah 32. But then the kings of Babylon, the army besieged Jerusalem, and Jeremiah the prophet was shut up in the court of prison, which was in the king of Judah's house. For Zedekiah, king of Judah, had shut him up, saying, Wherefore dost thou prophesy? And say, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall take it. And Zedekiah, king of Judah, shall not escape out of the hand of the Chaldeans. Now, that's interesting that he said the Chaldeans, because Ireland is earth of the Chaldeans. Anyway, but shall surely be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon, and shall speak with him mouth to mouth, and his eyes shall hold his eyes. Meaning they will have a face-to-face conversation, very close, very tense, very tense talk. And he shall lead Zedekiah to Babylon, and there shall he be until I visit him, saith the Lord. Though ye fight with the Chaldeans, ye shall not prosper. And Jeremiah said, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Behold, Hananiah, the son of Shalom, the son of Shalom, Hananiah, the son of Shalom, thine uncle, shall come unto thee, saying, Buy thee field that is in Anatolia, for the right of redemption is thine to buy it. So Hananiah, my uncle's son, came to me in the court of the prison according to the word of the Lord, and said unto me, Buy my field, I pray thee, that is in Anatolia, which is in the country of Benjamin, for the right of inheritance is thine, redemption is thine, buy it for thyself. Then I knew that this was the word of the Lord. And I bought the field of Hananiah, my uncle's son, that was in Anatolia, and weighed him the money, even 17 shekels of silver. I subscribed the evidence and sealed it into the witness, and I weighed him the money of balances. You start from verse 30, verse 11, please.
So I took the evidence of the purchase, both that which was sealed accordingly to the law custom, and that which was open. And I gave the evidence of the purchase unto Baruch, the son of
Neriah,
the son of Messiah.
That's what that say. Don't hesitate. That say Messiah.
Messiah. In the sight of
Hanamiel,
my uncle's son.
Mm.
In the presence of the witness, that the subscribed book of the purchase before all Jews that sat before the prison.
My goodness.
And I changed.
Charged. Meaning, like I accused him. I said that he did these things. It's almost like court.
And I charged
Baruch.
forward, and I'm saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, take these evidence. This is evidence of the purchase, both which is sealed, and the evidence which is open, and put them in
an earthen vessel.
In an earthen vessel, that they may continue many days.
Meaning, like, seal them in something so that it won't get spoiled or rotted or corroded because of, oxygenation from the air or anything. Seal it in an earthen vessel, seal it in some rock, seal it in a box of wood. Make sure that it can't, the elements can't weather this away, so we can use this as the evidence for this purchase going forward. We got it.
For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, houses and fields and vineyards shall be possessed again in this land.
16, please.
Now when I had delivered the evidence of the purchase unto Baruch, the son of Neriah, I prayed unto the Lord, saying,
Lord God.
Lord God, behold, thou hast made the heaven and the earth, by thy great power, and stretched out arm, and there is nothing too hard for thee.
Amen. Amen.
Thou showest loving kindness unto thousands, and
Recompenses, meaning that you gave them their money back. You compensated them again. You gave them back what they had. You gave them back their land. You recompensated them. Recompenses.
and
Recompenses.
compenses them
Iniquity, meaning like the things that were done wrongly to them. Because though this may not be actually happening in a court itself, you know, the Most High God is the judge of judges. So it's like you hear them using words like evidence, recompensation, all things that happen when you go to court and you are told by the judge, who is literally playing like the arbitrator or the Lord over that case, what you are awarded after the case is awarded if the case, I should say, is awarded in your favor. So you see, that's why they're using words like evidence and judge and recompensation. These are all things that happen to people who are fair, who are judged to be right and judged to need to be rewarded for whatever happened to them, or repaid for whatever happened to them. Whatever iniquities.
the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great, the mighty God, the Lord of hosts is his name.
Amen, amen. Great in counsel and mighty in work. Another thing that court, counselors, like lawyers, attorneys, great in knowledge and mighty in work, you could even say. For thine eyes are upon all the ways of the sons of men, to give everyone according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings, which has set signs and wonders into the land of Egypt, even unto this day, and in Israel and among other men, and has made thee a name at this day, and has brought forth thy people Israel out of the land of Egypt with signs and wonders, and with a strong hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with great terror, and has given them this land, which thou didst swear to their fathers to give them, a land flowing with. My baby needs some milk and honey. Shout the no name. My baby needs some milk and honey. Anyway, and they came in and possessed it, but they obeyed not thy voice, neither walked in thy law. They have done nothing of all that thou commandest them to do. Therefore thou hast caused all this evil to come upon them. Behold the mounts, they are come unto the city to take it. And the city is given into the hand of the Chaldeans that fight against it, because of the sword, and of the famine, and of the pestilence. And what thou hast spoken is come to pass, and behold, thou seest it. Read 25, please.
And thou hast said unto me, O Lord God, buy thee a field for money, and take witness, for the city is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Then came the word of the Lord unto Jeremiah, saying, Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me?
Teach.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the Chaldeans, and into the hand of
Nebuchadnezzar,
king of Babylon, and he shall take it. And the Chaldeans that fight against the city shall come and set fire on the city, and burn it with the houses upon whose roofs have offered.
they have offered incense unto Baal.
And poured out drink offerings unto other gods to provoke me to anger.
Y'all getting a treat today, because we normally keep these under an hour for the algorithm, but we're going to keep going because we got a lot to chew on. Let's go.
For the children of Israel and the children of Judah have only done evil before me from their youth. For the children of Israel have provoked me to anger with the work of their hands, saith the Lord. For this city hath been to me as a
Provocation
of
mine anger and of my fury.
From the day that they built it even to this day that I should remove it from my face.
I'm gonna get it up out of here. To borrow from, this might be risky. Get it up out of here. Put him in the back. Because of all of the evil of the children of Israel and of the children of Judah, which they have done to provoke me to anger, they, their kings and their princesses, their priests and their prophets, and the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and they have turned unto me the back and not the face, though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them. Yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction, but they have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to defile it. And they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not. Now this is interesting that he would say the valley of the son of Hinnom, because what is one of the names that is called? Isn't it Hinnom? I believe if we go back to, let me pull this up again, because I might be going crazy. I might be going a little crazy. Could have swore I saw something about Hinnom being one of the names of Yoha. Maybe I'm bugging. I'll see if that comes up again. I'll see if that comes up. Maybe I'm going crazy. I thought I saw it. But anyway, I'll come back to it. Go ahead, keep going.
And they built high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not. Neither it came into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. And now, therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel concerning this city, wherefore ye say, it shall be delivered to the hand of the king of Babylon by the sword and by the famine of the pestilence. Behold,
Oh, you dirty dog. I'm sorry. Let me jump in here real quick. Oh, you dirty dog. Aramon, Mac, Mill, Espagne. Oh, Spain. My God. Second high king of where? Oh man, this is legendarygenie.com. Aramon, Mac, Mill, Espagne, Ardrina, Erian. Hebrew, Ardrina, Herion, legendary Italian. There you go. Can you read this Hebrew?
No.
Okay. Got to work on it a little more. No problem. What's that say there? Also known as what? Oh! Whoa! Y'all had the Hermon, Macmeal of the horses, son of. I don't know. Okay. I mean, maybe. Let's go. And by the famine. Oh, I'm sorry. Where you at?
I will gather them
Verse
out of
37.
the countries whither they have driven them in mine anger and my fury and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely.
And they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their heart, that they shall not depart from me. Yea, I will rejoice over them to do good, and I will plant them in the land assuredly with my whole heart and my whole soul. For thus saith the Lord, as I have brought all this great evil upon this people, so I will bring upon them all the good that I have promised them. I have brought this great evil upon them. Lord did, not an evil devil. All right, okay. And fields shall be brought in this land, whereof ye say it is desolate without man or beast, it is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Men shall buy fields for money, and subscribe evidences, and seal them, and take witness in the land of Benjamin, and in the places about Jerusalem, and the cities of Judah, and in the cities of the mountains, and in the cities of the valley, and in the cities of the south. For I will cause their captivity to return, saith the Lord. But I did need to point that out though, because it's very funny, because a lot of people always say that, oh, the devil's doing this and the devil's doing that. But if we look, Satan, power is hubris. Are you familiar with the concept of hubris, baby? Okay, cool. So hubris, for those that may not be familiar as well, let's read hubris real quick for the baby.
Hubris, or
Yeah, start right here.
from ancient Greek, hubris, pride, insolence, outrage.
Pride, insolence, and outrage. But less frequently, hybris. Abris. Go ahead.
Describes a personality quality of extreme or
Excessive pride.
excessive pride, or dangerous overconfidence,
Very good.
and
Complacency.
complacency, often in combination with or
Synonymous with.
arrogance.
That's just a fancy way of saying it describes a personality of somebody who's super prideful in themselves, but it can be combined with a very lofty, almost false representation of yourself, and that's a dangerous combination, because you can want things that you don't deserve or desire in life, and can become jealous of people who actually have put in the work to acquire them. Now they say that Satan, the devil, one of his powers he has is hubris. He can make someone so angry and resentful and jealous of you that they would want to hurt you because of his suggestions, him just whispering that in your ear. The term arrogance comes from the Latin adjugare, meaning to feel that one has a right to demand certain attitudes and behaviors from other people. I feel like I can make you do this because of how I think, right? To arrogate means to claim or to seize without justification. I want to take this from you because I want it, not because I deserve it. To make undue claims to having, or to claim or to seize without a right. To ascribe or attribute without reason. The term pretension is also associated with the term hubris, but is not synonymous with it. So they say this is one of the only powers that Satan actually has, is to make people feel this way about one another, to make them want things that they don't deserve because they haven't put in the work to get it. And that is violent, that can be dangerous, that can be deadly, because people can hurt you being jealous of all the amazing work you put in. And that can turn out very unfortunate for people. You understand?
Sir.
Alright, cool. So hold on, let me get the part. In ancient Greek, hubris referred to outrage, actions that violated natural order or which shamed and humiliated the victim. My goodness. Hesiod and Asclepius used the word hubris to describe transgressions against the gods. A common way that hubris was committed was when a mortal claimed to be better than a god in a particular skill or attribute. Let's see if I can pull up early Christianity. This is the part I want. In the Septuagint, the hubris is what? Overweening pride, superciliousness, or arrogance. often resulting in fatal retribution or nemesis. Nemesis means I become your enemy because of this. The word hubris was used in the New Testament parallels to Hebrew word pesha, meaning transgression. It represents a pride that makes a man defy God, sometimes to a degree that he considered himself an equal to the Most High. I want to I can't find the exact. Let me find it while I'm looking for that. Let's pull this up right here. Now I know this is a lot, but this is important to get a very good understanding of all of this information. Was it here that I saw that? So Tamar Tea Tephi Mac was born Bat Zedekiah. Bat is the Hebrew word, those that don't know, for daughter. Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Bat Zedekiah. My God. Mr. Malaysia's king of Spain, born in that birthplace. Harman El Yohad. Yehudi Yehadi. My gosh. My gosh. Scota wa Zedekiah. Look at that. King Iberi. Alright, cool. I'm just going over and rehashing some stuff. I know we been a little all around it, but I just want to make sure we're keeping these things in the front of our mind. Mac Duak. That's almost like Dawood. It's almost like David. Mac Duak. Tamar Tephi Mac Duak. Born Bat Zedekiah. The house of Dawood. Anyway, get back over here. I'm going to pull up that thing. Let's get back in the Bible real quick. Finish that. Nuts. Restoration of promise. This is let's skip ahead a little bit to the conflict. Yes, to escape a prophecy against the Lord. Let's just skip ahead a little bit. In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 34, verse 6, to Jeremiah, the prophet spake all these words unto Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and Jerusalem. When the king of Babylon's army fought against Jerusalem and against all the cities of Judah that were left, against Lachish, against Azekah, for these defenced cities remained of the cities of Judah. This is the word that came unto Jeremiah from the Lord, after that King Zedekiah had made a covenant with all the people which were at Jerusalem to proclaim liberty unto them, that every man should let his manservant and every man his maidservant, being an Hebrew or Hebrewess, go free, that none should serve himself to them, to wit of a Jew his brother. Now when all the princes and the people which had entered into the covenant heard that everyone should let his manservant and everyone his maidservant go free, that none should serve themselves of them any more, then they obeyed and let them go. But afterward they turned and caused the servants and handmaids who they had let go free to return, and brought them into subjection for servants and for handmaids. Therefore the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, I made a covenant with your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondmen, saying, At the end of 7 years, let ye go every man his brother in Hebrew, which hath been sold unto thee, And when he hath served thee 6 years, thou shalt let him go free from thee. But your fathers hearkened not to me, neither inclined their ear. And ye were now turned, and had done right by my sight, in proclaiming liberty, every man to his neighbor. And ye had made a covenant before me in the house which was called by my name. But ye turned and polluted my name, and caused every man his servant and every man his handmaid, whom ye had set at liberty, their pleasure to return, and brought them into subjection. What happens when people go against the covenants they make with the Most High? So, oh, so what we think is going to happen in this case is going to be a punishment on these people, which will come in the presented as a war and a conflict, and them being conquered. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, ye have not hearkened unto me and proclaimed liberty. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I do apologize for those that want us to go step by step, but I do want to get to a point of important information. In Jeremiah chapter 34, verse 21, Zedekiah, king of Judah, and his princes I will give into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of them that seek their life, and into the hand of the king of Babylon's army, which are gone up from you. Behold, I will command, saith the Lord, and cause them to return to this city, and they shall fight against it, and take it, and burn with a fire. And I will make the cities of Judah a desolation without inhabitants. Moving on a little ahead, guys. I do appreciate you for rocking and grinding with us today, getting this in, getting these verses in. This is when Jeremiah read the scrolls in the temple. I believe after this they shortly put him in jail. They burned the scrolls. My God, what did they expect? Scrolls were placed. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Jeremiah warns against trust in Pharaoh. Don't trust the Pharaoh. Jeremiah is imprisoned. Here we go. Let's get in there. Wherefore, Jeremiah 37:15, wherefore the princes were wroth with Jeremiah, and smote him, and put him in the prison in the house of Jonathan the scribe, for they had made the prison. Jeremiah was entered into the dungeon and into the cabins, and Jeremiah had remained there many days. And Zedekiah the king sent and took him out, and the king asked him secretly in his house, and he said, is there any word from the Lord? And Jeremiah said, there is, for he said, thou shalt be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon. He said, listen, man, I told you what I told you. Moreover, Jeremiah said unto King Zedekiah, what have I offended against thee, or against thy servants, or against this people, that ye have put me in prison? Where are now your prophets which prophesied unto you, saying, the king of Babylon shall not come against you, nor against this land? Therefore hear now, I pray thee, O my lord the king. Let my supplication, I pray thee, be accepted before thee, that thou cause me not to return to the house of Jonathan the scribe, lest I die there. Then Zedekiah the king commanded that they should commit Jeremiah into the court of the prison, and that they should give him a daily piece of bread out of the baker's street, until all of the bread in the city were spent. Thus Jeremiah remained in the court. Prison. This is getting bad. It's Zedekiah. This is getting bad. Alright, let me jump a little more ahead, family. Because I want Jerusalem captured. Here we go, Jeremiah 39. In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month came Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, all his army against Jerusalem, and they besieged it. Continue from verse 2, pretty lady.
In the 11th year of Zedekiah, in the 4th month of the 9th day of the month, the city was broken up.
Boom!
And all the princes of the kings that on Canaan, it sat in the middle gate, even
Nebuchadrezzar Sam Garnibo, Sarshekim, Rabsaris, Nergal-sharezer, and Rabmag, with all the residue of the princes of the king of Babylon. Continue.
And it came to pass that when Zedekiah king of Judah saw them and all the men of war, then they fled,
Speak a little loud.
and went forth out of the city by night, and went by the king's garden by the gate twixt the two walls, and he went out the way of the plain.
But the Chaldeans' army pursued after them and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho. And when they had taken him, they brought him up to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to Riblah, the land of Hamath, where he had gave judgment upon them. Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes. So you see, here is where we were at in Genie.com, where they're like, well, why wasn't he more helpful to the men? Well, what did you want him to do while he was being locked up and beat on? What was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do exactly? Oh, we're wondering why Jeremiah was not equally as helpful to the rest of the royal family. Maybe because the princes kept beating them and chastising them and throwing them in jail for trying to prophesy to them that they were going to be overtaken because they had not kept the covenant that the Most High said after he brought them out of Egypt, after he brought them out of bondage, after he brought them out of being bondsmen, that if you brought your brother, you can only keep him in bondage for 7 years, and after that you had to let him go. So how could Jeremiah help these people who kept imprisoning him and throwing him in jail and smiting him, beating on him, because he was just prophesying to them what the Lord said? How could he help those princes? Do you think he could? Do you think he was in a position to? Okay. There you have it. I don't really understand. I don't think he was in a position to either. I mean, what else? You could tell these people hadn't really read the accounts if this is their position, because I'm not really sure what they were expecting a man who they kept beating on and chastising and throwing in jail to do, except try to just help the females and, get them out of there. Because, you princes is done for. Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes. Also the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah. Read over it.
Moreover, he put out Zedekiah's eyes and bound him in chains and to carry him to Babylon.
Jesus. He blinded him and put him in chains. My goodness.
And the Chaldeans burned the king's house and the houses of the people with fire and break down the walls of Jerusalem.
Then Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried away the captive into Babylon, the remnant of the people that remained in the city and those that fell away, that fell to him with the rest of the people that remained. But Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, left of the poor of the people which had nothing in the land of Judah, and gave them vineyards and fields at the same time. That was nice, I guess. Jeremiah spared. Now Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, gave charge concerning Jeremiah to Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, saying, take him and look well to him, and do him no harm, but do unto him even as he shall say unto thee. So Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, sent, and Nebushashban. I'm starting to see that this is just like a title for them. Nebushashban, Rabsaris, and Nergal-sharezer, Rabman, and all the king of Babylon princes. Even they sent into Jeremiah out of the court of the prison and committed him unto Gedaliah, the son of Hakim, the prince of Shaphan, that he should carry him home. So he dwelt among the people. Now the word of the Lord came into Jeremiah while he was shut up in the court of the prison, saying, Go and speak to Abed-Melech. And we know Melech just means king or lord or ruler, Abed-Melech. So maybe this was the ruler of a particular place, the Ethiopian, saying, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will bring my words upon this city for evil and not for good, and they shall be accomplished in that day before thee. But I will deliver thee in that day, saith the Lord, and thou shalt be given into the hand of the men whom thou art afraid. For I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword, but thy life shall be for a prey unto thee, because thou hast put trust in me, saith the Lord." Jeremiah remains in Judah. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord after Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had let him go from Ramah. And when he had taken him being bound in chains among all that were carried away the captives of Jerusalem and Judah, which were carried away captive unto Babylon. And the captain of the guard took Jeremiah and said unto him, "The Lord thy God hath pronounced this evil upon this place. Now the Lord hath brought it and done according as he has said, because ye have sinned against the Lord and have not obeyed his voice. Therefore this thing come upon you." Continue from 40 and 4, pretty lady.
And now behold, I loose thee this day from the chains which were upon thine hand. If it seem good unto thee, to come with me into Babylon, come, and I will take well unto thee. But if it seem ill unto thee, come with me to Babylon, forbear. Behold, all the land is before thee, whether it seemeth good and convenient for thee to go thither.
So whichever way you feel like you should go, that's where you should go, sir. I'm not going to hold back any of the land. I'm not going to stop you from which way you want to go. Now, while he has not yet gone back, he said, "Go back also to Gedaliah, the son of Hakim, the son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babylon hath made governor over the cities of Judah, and dwell with him among the people, or go wheresoever it seemeth convenient unto thee to go." So the captain of the guard gave him victuals and a reward, and let him go. Then went Jeremiah unto Gedaliah, the son of Hakim, to Mizpah, and dwelt with him among the people that were left in the land. Now, when all the captains of the forces which were in the fields, even they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah, the son of Hakim, governor in the land, and had committed unto him men and women and children, and of the poor of the land, of them that were not carried away to Babylon, then they came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, even Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and Johanan, and Jonathan, the sons of Kareah, and Sariah, the son of Tanhumeth, and the sons of Ephah, the Netophathites, and Jezaniah, the son of Maccathites, of Maccathites, Jesus, they and their men. And Gedaliah, the son of Achim, the son of Shaphan, swear unto them and to their men, saying, "Fear not to serve the Chaldeans. Dwell in the land and serve the king of Babylon. And it shall be well with you. As for me, behold, I will dwell at Mizpah to serve the Chaldeans, which will come unto us. But ye gather ye wine and some fruits and oil, and put them in your vessels, and dwell in your cities that ye have taken." Go ahead right there, 11 pretty ladies.
Likewise, when all the Jews that were involved among the Ammonites and in Edom, that were in all the countries, heard that the king of Babylon had left a remnant of Judah, that he had sent over them with them.
Over them. So one more time, they got it. Likewise, all these Jews that were in Moab and among the Ammonites and in Edom, and yes,
Yes. And that were in all the countries, heard that the king
remnant of Judah,
and that he had set them over
Gedaliah,
the son of
Hakim,
the son of
Shaphan.
Shaphan. Even all the Jews returned out of the places whither they were driven and came to the land of Judah to Gedaliah unto Mitzvah and gathered wine and some fruits very much. Moreover,
Yohanan,
the son of
Korea,
and the captains of the forces that were in the fields came to Gedaliah to Mitzvah, and said to him, do certainly know that Gospelz, the king of the Ammonites, has sent
dost thou certainly know? It's like they're asking a question. And he said unto him, dost thou certainly know that Gospelz, the king of the Ammonites, has sent Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, to slay thee? Yo, you don't know that this dude is coming to kill you, bro? You don't know this? Gospelz. Yo, they sent him to slay you, bro. But Gedaliah, the son of Hakim, believed them not. Then Yohanan, the son of Kareah, spake unto Gedaliah in Mizpah secretly, saying, let me go, I pray thee, and I will slay Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, and no man shall know of it, but keep it secret. Wherefore should he slay thee, that all the Jews which are gathered unto the city should be scattered, and the remnant of in Judah perish? But Gedaliah, the son of Hakim, said unto Johanan, the son of Kareah, thou shalt not do this thing for me, for thou speakest falsely of Ishmael. Ishmael would never do this to me. Right next chapter, Gedaliah's murder, of course. People just don't listen. Continue right there.
Now it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael, the son of
Nathaniel. Oh, Nathaniah, excuse me.
Nathaniah, the son of
Elishama, of the seed royal,
and the princes of the king,
baby.
And the princes of the king,
even 10 men with him,
came unto
Gedaliah,
the son of
Ahikam,
to Mitzvah, and there they did eat bread together in Mitzvah. Then arose Ishmael, the son of
Nathaniah,
and the 10 men that were with him, and smote Gedaliah, the son of
Gedaliah,
the son of
Ahikam, and the son of Shaphan, with the sword, and slew him, the king of Babylon, and slew him, who the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. Ishmael also slew the Jews that were with him, even Gedaliah, and at Mizpah, at Mizpah, and the Chaldeans that were found there, and the men of war. 1 second. And it came to pass the second day after he had slain Gedaliah, and no man knew it, that there came certain from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from Samaria, come in, and even 80 men, having their beards shaven and their clothes rent, and having cut themselves with offerings and incense in their hand, to bring them to the house of the Lord. And Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, went forth from Mizpah to meet them, weeping all along as he went. And it came to pass, as he met them, he said unto them, come to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam. And it was so, when they came into the midst of the city, that Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, slew them, and cast them into the midst of the pit, he and the men that were with him. Continue right there.
But 10 men were found among them that said unto Ishmael, slay us not, for we have treasures in the field of wheat and of barley, and of oil and of honey. So he forbare and slew them not among their brethren. Now from the pit where Ishmael had cast all the dead bodies of the men he had slain because of Gedalia.
Was it which Asa the king had made for fear of Baasha, king of Israel, and Ishmael, son of Nathaniel, filled it with them that were slain. Go get your brother, tag him in. You come back. I'm going to keep going. Then Ishmael carried away captive at the residue of the people that were in Mizpah, even the king's daughters, and all people that remained in Mizpah, whom Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had committed to Gedalia, the son of Ahikam. And Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, carried them away and departed to go over to the Ammonites. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because there's an important part I want to get to. Warning, I guess, going to Egypt. My goodness. It's like they don't understand. But we gonna reread all of this more in depth. In Egypt, Jeremiah warns of judgment. Conquest of Egypt predicted. Let's get to the part where Jeremiah escapes with his daughters. That's right. Alright, baby, don't worry about it. Pharaoh told, baby, can you close the door, please? Prophecy against no. Hold this, please. Thank you. Jeremiah 15. Alright. So, I believe it's 52. 51. We're jumping all over the place, but that's because we have to at the moment. Jeremiah's prophecy against Edom. We'll definitely get back to this. We will get back to this. 50, and you guys are patient, great audience. Babylon, judge for sins against Israel. My goodness. He's talking, he's letting them know. The fall of Jerusalem. Read that, baby.
Chapter 52. Zedekiah was 120 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of
Libna.
And he did that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that
Joachim had done. I know some of these are like older classical names. A lot of them are like names you've never heard before. They got a lot of letters in funny places. So just take your time with it. Take your time with it. You're doing great.
For through the anger of the Lord, cast them out from his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the 10th day of the month, that
Nebuchadnezzar,
Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came he and all his army against Jerusalem, and pitched against it, and built forts against its roundabout. So the city was resigned unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And in the 4th month, in the ninth day of the month, famine was sore in the city,
very good.
so that there was no bread for the people of the land. And the city was broken of all the men of the war fled and went forth out of the city by night, and by night the way of the gate between the two walls, which was by the king's garden. Now the Chaldeans were by the city round about it, and they went by the wall of the plain. But the army of the Chaldeans pursued after the king, and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Ghetto, and all his army was scattered from him. And they took of the king and carried him into the king of Babylon to Riblah in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon him.
Doing amazing.
And the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and slew also the princes of Judah in Riblah. And then he put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and the king of Babylon bound him in chains and carried him to Babylon, and put him in prison till the day of his death. Now in the 5th month of the 10th day of the month, which was the 19th year of
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, which served the king of Babylon, to Jerusalem, in the house of the Lord, in the king's house, and the houses of Jerusalem, and all the great men burned he with fire. And the armies of the Chaldeans that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about. The Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried away the captive, certain of the poor of the people, and residue of the people that remained in the city, and those that fell away, that fell into the kings of Babylon, and the rest of the multitude.
But Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, left certain of the poor of the land for vine dressers and for husbandmen, meaning for farmers. Also the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the bases, and the brazen sea that was in the house of the Lord, was the Chaldeans break and carried all the brass of them to Babylon, the cauldrons also, and the shovels, and the snufflers, and the bowls, and the spoons, and the vessels of brass, wherewith they ministered, took they away, and the basins, and the fire pans, and the bowls, and the cauldrons, and the candlesticks, and the spoons, and the cups, that which was of gold and gold, that which was of gold and gold, and that which was of silver and silver, took the captain of the guard away, the 2 pillars, 1 sea, and 12 brazen bowls, that were under the basins which Solomon had made in the house of the Lord. The brass of all these vessels was without weight. And concerning the pillar, the height of one pillar was 18 cubits, and a fillet of 12 cubits did compass it. And the thickness there was of 4 fingers, it was hollow. And a chapiter of brass was upon it. Let me skip ahead a little bit. He took also out of the city a eunuch, in which had the charge of the men of war, and 7 men of them that were near the king's person, which were found in the city, and the principal scribe of the host, who mustered the people of the land. And 80 men of the people of the land that were found in the midst of the city. So Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, took them and brought them to the king of Babylon in Riblah. And the king of Babylon smote them and put them to death in Riblah, in the land of Hamath. Just Judah was carried away captive out of his own land. This is the people whom Nebuchadrezzar carried away captive. In the 7th year, 3,000 Jews, in 23. In the 18th year of Nebuchadrezzar, he carried away captive from Jerusalem 832 persons. In the 23rd year of Nebuchadrezzar, Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried away the captive of the Jews 745 persons. All the persons were 4,600. Let me just skip ahead a little bit, family. So we're getting a picture. We're definitely getting a picture. This is the book of Lamentations. Hold up. So we went too far. I think we have to go back to book 45. Let me go ahead and just take one right here. Computer. Message to Baruch. So that none of the remnant of Judah sojourn from Egypt shall escape or remain. They should return into the land of Judah. They shall not escape. As for the word thou hast spoken to the Lord, but we will certainly do whatever. Since we have left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, to burn drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things. Calamity for the Jews. Then Jeremiah said unto the people, to the men and to the women, the incense that ye burned in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers and your kings and your princes, did not the Lord remember them, and came it not into his mind, so that the Lord could no longer bear, because of the evil of your doings, because of the abominations which have you committed. Therefore is your land a desolation and an astonishment and a curse, without an inhabitant, as at this day. Because ye have burned incense, and because ye have sinned against the Lord, and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord, nor walked in his law, nor his statutes, nor his testimonies, therefore this evil is happened unto you. Moreover, Jeremiah said unto the people and to all the women, hear the word of the Lord, all Judah that are in the land of Egypt. Thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths and fulfilled your hands, saying, we will surely perform our vows that we have vowed, to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Ye will surely accomplish your vows, and surely perform your vows. Thus saith the Lord, behold, Jeremiah 44 and 30. I'm sorry, let me start at 29. Jeremiah 44 and 29. And this shall be a sign unto you, that I will punish you in this place, that ye may know my words shall surely stand against you. Thus saith the Lord, I will give Pharaoh Hophra, king of Egypt, into the hand of his enemies, and into the hand of them that seek him, as I gave Zedekiah the king of Judah into the hand of Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, his enemy that sought, and that sought his life. So Babylon gets taken down, Egypt gets taken down. The daughter of Egypt shall be confounded. She shall be delivered into the hand of the people of the north. The daughter of Egypt shall be confounded. She shall be delivered into the hand of the people of the north. O thou daughter dwelling in Egypt, furnish thyself to go into captivity, for Noph shall be waste and desolate without an inhabitant. Egypt is like a very fair heifer, but the destruction cometh, it cometh out of the north. Also, her hired men are in the midst of her like fatted bullocks, for they also are turned back. Let's pull up a world map real quick. I can't spell. Cool. What in the gibbity dabbity? Let's look at a map. Jeez. Alright, cool. So we got a map up here, right? Cool, yes? Amazing. And in this map, right? So he said that they would be delivered into where? The hands of the north. So let's play this game. If I'm in this Egypt, to the north of that would be what? Rome, Ukraine, Poland, Italy, France, Spain, right? So we're playing their game with the map, and they were delivered into a hand of an enemy from the north: Finland, Sweden, Ukraine, Rome, Turkey, Russia, Kazakhstan. Very interesting, very interesting. Spain is right above Morocco, which is in where? Africa. It's literally almost a walking bridge from Spain to Africa. France, Spain, Germany, Italy, right there, right there. So if I could easily deliver you into a hand of the north right here. Though, we, being a little wiser, our perspective of Egypt is over here, and an enemy from the north come from up here. But we talking about of the Chaldees, United Kingdom, Ireland, all right above this place that they like to call Egypt. I don't know, just saying. Just saying. So I will deliver you, and I appreciate you guys rocking with us. It took us a little second to get into it, but that's what the studying is about. For us to study it, learn it, and understand it from a better perspective. Email us at hisghettopointofview@gmail.com and let us know how crazy we are. Also, her hired men are in the midst of her like fatted bullocks, for they are also turned back and are fled away together. They did not stand, because the day of their calamity was come upon them, and the time of their visitation. The voice thereof shall go like a serpent, for they shall march with an army and come against her with axes and hewers of wood. They shall cut down her forest, saith the Lord, though it cannot be searched, because they are more than grasshoppers. They are more than the grasshoppers, and are innumerable. The daughter of Egypt shall be confounded. She shall be delivered into the hand of the people of the north. Okay, I'll go with that. The Lord of the host, the God of Israel, saith, Behold, I will punish the multitude of No and Pharaoh and Egypt with their gods and their kings, even Pharaoh and all of them that trust in him. And I will deliver them into the hand of those that seek their lives. and into the hand of Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hand of his servants, and afterward it shall be inhabited. It shall be inhabited as in the days of old, saith the Lord. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord. I am with thee. I will make thee a full end of all the nations whither I have driven thee. But I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure. Yet I will not leave thee wholly unpunished. So you're still going to get some licks. I'm not going to let them do this to you, Jacob. I got you. And the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, the prophet, against the Philistines before that Pharaoh smote Gaza. Thus saith the Lord, behold, waters rise up out of the north, and shall be an overflowing flood, and shall overflow the land, and all that is herein, the city and them that were in them then shall cry, and all the inhabitants shall howl. But before we get into any more of that, let's go back, because I think that was very, very important. What do you think about this concept of the defeat of the pharaohs and the daughters of Egypt going into faraway lands? Go up into Gilead and take balm, O virgin, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines, for thou shalt not be cured. My goodness. O thou daughter dwelling in Egypt, furnish thyself to go into captivity. Get ready, for Noth shall be waste and desolate, without an inhabitant. The daughter of Egypt shall be confounded, means she's going to be captured, and shall be delivered into the hand of the people of the north. My goodness. My goodness. Now, there's two ways to read that. There's that way where we just read it on the map, right? And here's another way. Since, we have maybe, perhaps, a different, could it be the right perspective? Who knows? Who knows? Right? So let's go back to this map. And let's look. I propose that Egypt was here around Mexico. I propose people of the north, Canaan. I propose, this is just me going crazy, that David's land, Sasawaman, Cusco, Peru, Brazil, it's all here. It's all here. And they link up to the people of the north. We see in Chicago the Cahokia Mounds. We see all of the mound building that is in these parts of the Midwest and Eastern America. And to say that that is all just a big coincidence, I think is very, very interesting. We see Canaan's land and Canada, and we see how easy it is to get from Europe to America, from Russia to America, just by walking over some of these alleged small pieces of land which may have been collected together at one time, but are now broken apart. See, this isn't the best map. Let me get a better map. They trying to act like these things don't intertwine and intercept one another on that map. Let's see if I can get a map that better contextualizes. Let's see. This one still kind of has them separated. But while I'm pulling up this map, tell me how crazy I am. While I'm pulling up this map, tell me how crazy I am. crazy.
Wow.
Makes it fun. Alright. So here's Russia, right? Russia, right here. Alaska, Russia, Russia, Russia. Look how close that is. The Beringia Sea, the Bering Strait. Enemies from the north can come right over here. Give you into your enemies in the north. Look at that. Look at that. The United States, literally right there. Right there. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Greenland. Greenland, right there. Right there. These places are very closely connected. And it would be nothing. It would literally be nothing to get there from there. You got Spain, France, all these places here. If I'm already here, I can easily make my way over time, of course. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Or we go with your way. If you're saying it's here, the enemies from the north came from here. This is in Europe either way. Y'all gonna have to refute and tell me how it's not. Why are they looking for the Ark of the Covenant in Terra? Why? Why are they doing all these excavations? Why? Why is the Stone of Destiny being kept to be used as a seat for the kings now? Why is that coronation stone under this chair? And that coronation chair, the very chair that King Charles was just coronated in. Y'all gonna have to refute all of this. So you could have a very fair point that there could be two Tamars, to bring it back to your original question. Because it says that there were multiple, at least in this arc. And we'll have to continue to further corroborate if those two Tamars are the same people. And we'll get that in another scene, in another episode. I think this was very educational and edifying. And I'm very, again, thankful to the Most High for all of the blessings that He continues to bestow on you and your family. And always humbled and honored for the blessings that the Most High continues to bestow on myself and my beautiful family. You know, anything you'd like to say to the people before we wrap up today's Bible study? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That was amazing. As always, gang, y'all know where to tap in. Y'all got the IG, the Discord. Be patient with me. I'm working on it. Support the movement. Support the wave. Support the movement. Support the wave. $ is Ghetto point of view. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. We about to get out of here, gang. We about to get up out of here. Salute, peace, love.